right, let's speak now to Anne Oakes, who is a journalism student at Columbia University. And she's, which of course has been the focal point for the protests there in the United States. Anna, tell us, what's it been like for you being you're a journalism student at Columbia University, and also you've been reporting on the pro-Palestine protest movement there. Tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me, first of all. The last 2.5 weeks have really been a whirlwind on campus as the university has been preparing for commencement. About 2.5 weeks ago, under a mix of undergraduate and graduate students started an encampment in the center lawn, calling on the university to divest and disclose its divestments in Israel and Israeli companies. Since then, we've seen 2 university-authorized police crackdowns. The first police raid arrested 108 students. The second one, 2 weeks later, arrested 109 students. And at the moment, the campus is fully closed, except for students who live in the campus itself and journalism students like myself. So it's a very strange, uneasy time at Columbia.
Indeed. And Anna, how would you describe the intensity of the police response and also the university administration response? I've seen quite a few opinion columns here. I'm just looking at one in the Guardian newspaper written by Columbia University students.
Yeah, I mean, the police, we didn't have it as bad, or the police response wasn't as aggressive as they were at some of the other universities in the US. But they came in force, in full riot gear, with batons and full anti-riot gear to arrest peaceful students for the most part. I mean, really entirely. The university administration was in discussions and negotiations with the organizers of the encampment. The details of that weren't really fully disclosed, but it's led to this real alienation between students, not just in the encampment, but just in the entire student body and their administration. Because from my conversations with students, it's clear that people really feel that the administration is not there to protect their interests.
That's a strong point you make there. Anna, just talk to us about the Jewish students that you've been speaking to. How do they see the pro-Palestine protests? If you can, it's difficult, I'm sure, to generalize, but just tell us what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you really see a range. There are many pro-Israel Jewish students who have said that they've experienced anti-Semitic incidents on campus and outside of the campus. But I've talked to many Jewish students within the encampment who are organizers and protesters with Muslims and Christians within the encampment, and they feel really perfectly safe. They held Shabbat services over Passover. They had Passover services. People really have expressed feeling safe from within the encampment. But you do again hear a range of experiences.
And the intensity, how would you describe it? And just the will to continue, because they seem to be growing and becoming more intense across the United States, and they've spread to different parts of the world. We just saw also in Paris, even at La Sorbonne.
Yeah, I mean, I think in part the university crackdown, the initial one on the encampment, galvanized this student response from people who had not really been involved at all in the divestment efforts on campus. So that initial encampment was quite small. And after the university authorized the first police action, you saw this real response from across the student body. And so now with the second police raid last week, I think people are feeling a little scrambled and are maybe trying to organize next steps, but it definitely doesn't seem like people have been defeated.
Anna, thank you so much for speaking to us here at TRT World. That's Anna Oakes joining us from New York, a journalism student at Columbia University. Appreciate it.